70, 70.
Continue with that illegal thought. That can be the beginning of the episode, right? So, just because we were struggling for topics, and I think it's a good jumping off point. I went down the rabbit hole on the Proust questionnaire on Vanity Fair, and also my voice is fucked. So we're going to do the Proust questionnaire with Mr. Zachary Higginbottom, the messiah of Ole Miss football. Without further ado, let's begin these questions. So, Zach, what is your idea of perfect happiness?
Oh, let's see. Definitely my family farm and cabin back in West Virginia, without hesitation.
So you grew up on a farm?
Land, farm, something like that, but mainly land. We had animals and stuff, more so land.
More for fun?
Yeah, I mean, put it this way. We made shine, we shot shit, we went hunting. Pretty simple.
All right, West Virginia. What is your greatest fear?
My greatest fear?
Yeah.
A two-parter. Ended up like my mother and not being able to outgrow my background in childhood.
Bro, come on, you done that already.
All right, hey, whoa. I know, but like beyond, like be able to like self-sufficient, be like
you stop that right now, you soft cock. I'll say that for you.
Fuck it. All right. Anyways, I want to be a good dad. I want to be a good dad, be a good family man. That's
what is the trait that you most deplore in yourself? You're too hard on yourself. There you go. I just did it for you.
Hey, whoa. Why can't I answer that? All right, next one, go.
No, answer it.
No, it's okay. I'm saying, why is that so easy? Never mind. Why is that such an easy one for you to answer?
What is the trait that you most deplore in others?
Definitely intrinsic motivation, the lesser motivated of the world.
Interesting. So if they were like a highly motivated piece of shit that was out to rob you, you would respect it?
Hey, as many great rappers once said, I think Jay-Z said this, I respect the hustle.
Indeed. You know, he stabbed his brother.
Did he really?
I believe so, yeah. He stabbed his brother over some crack.
Allegedly.
Hey, again, I respect the hustle.
Yeah. Well, he stabbed his brother and married Beyonce, so there you go.
Who's really winning?
Jay-Z is. Which living person do you most admire?
Oh, shit.
You can just say me. I won't be embarrassed, dude.
Hey, listen. My brown beauty. Stay on the other side of the Zoom.
Okay, so the person you most admire in a world in which Obama, who else? Who else is alive? He's a great person.
It's all right.
No, it's Terrence Kettle.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go TK for the KPS. All right, next question. Go.
What is your greatest extravagance? It means fancy things.
Hey, listen. Oh, my greatest fancy things. I would probably say my record collection.
You got vinyl?
Yeah.
That's what you and the boy Anthony have in common.
Yeah, there we go. Great minds think alike.
That's not a mind you want to share.
That's fine with me. I'll scare motherfucker.
What is your current state of mind?
I want to hit a bitch with a brick. Next question.
What do you consider to be the most overrated virtue?
I don't know. Can I say sympathy?
You can come back to it.
Yeah, come back to that. Let me think. Let me stew on that one.
On what occasion do you lie?
When it's going to benefit the other person and their sanctity, I guess. When it's best for them, I guess.
What do you dislike most about your appearance, and why is it your hair?
Yeah, I don't really like my toes, but I think that's pretty close. Next question.
What's wrong with your toes?
Just living person you despise.
What's wrong with your toes, though?
What?
What's wrong with your toes?
Nothing. I was just trying to think of something outside of you making jokes about my hairline.
No, because either for real, my toes are so long. My second toe is longer than my little finger. Look at this. For real. Look at this, right?
Yeah, you do have a long ass nose. I'll think about it.
All right. So the quality I most despise outside of my
you see that?
all right, quality I most dislike about my appearance outside of my genetic disposition of my hairline is definitely my short femurs and lack of limb length ratio to torso. Next question. I wish I was.
You're a great weightlifter, though, right?
Next question. Which living person do I most despise?
Yes.
Oh, outside my mother. Outside of my mother. I don't know. Probably. You know what? It's my 11th grade math teacher, Miss Block. She's a bitch. Next question.
Why?
I don't know. She just pissed me off. First person I thought of. Next question.
What is the quality you like most in a man? Sound kind of gay to me.
Yeah, that is true. But I would say principles. Man of principle. Man of virtue.
What's the quality you might like most in a woman?
Heredity, relation, my family, cousins. Anyway, I would say straightforwardness or nice hair.
What words or phrases do you most overuse?
Y'all, fitting, anything that needs a G ends in ing, and I drop the G. Let's see, F word, anything in that category. Jit, I definitely say jit, and I'm from West Virginia, not Florida. Next question.
Is that a Floridian word? I thought it was from the Northeast.
Jit? No, that is definitely South Florida.
For real?
Yes, that is very South Florida.
Oh, yeah.
Very South Florida.
Maybe I'm just like, I was taught it by kids from the DMV, so maybe it just traveled up 95.
Fucking Baltimore. Next question.
Who or what is the greatest love of your life? Is it your dog?
It's definitely my dog or the girl I met in the semester I was transferring to Marshall, who rode me like a stallion. I can't remember her name. I'll never forget her. Next question.
When and where were you happiest? And why was it the weekend that you just spent at my house?
Oh, good question, because you're a gunner. Secondly, because the pooper, me and him love our love for dinosaurs. It's true and pure. Outside of that, besides home, Louisiana.
Okay. What about the gig? Was it the gig or just like?
For me, it's like home, but it's warm year round. And I like being by the water. I like the people. I like the food. I like being out in the woods. Just being the typical peckerhead. Interesting.
Which talent would you most like to have?
I would like to be musically inclined more so. Not necessarily singing, but I'd like to be able to like consistently play the guitar and things like that. I like the piano. I wish that's something I would have picked up as a kid.
I started piano lessons when I was 24. 23, 24. Never stuck with it though, but I would like to go back. If you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be?
I would probably say my temper. I do have a little bit of temper when my anxiety gets high. I'd say that's probably one thing I would change, being very honest.
Bro, I find you to be so chill, so that actually really worries me.
Oh, ask the Labrador. Ask the Labrador. He knows.
You find Zach. Eventually, you find Zach chill.
Oh, wait, so are you telling me that his official name wasn't actually Damn It David?
Actually, at one point, I think he was in my phone. Damn it, David. I think the real phrase is not "damn it, David." It's "God damn it, David."
Yeah.
Hey, as I punch my desk.
But as with a real Labrador, you can't stay mad at him.
Exactly.
He don't know any better.
Right. It's the amount of times those two would get into it. It would be like out somewhere.
Oh my
Hey,
God.
hey, PK, perfect example. You're from Flanagan's.
Yeah.
Oh, was that bar we went to? On the
No,
water.
no, when we were in West Palm, no, we went to what was that we went to? We went to what's the other sports bar?
Duffy's?
Duffy's,
on
yeah.
the
We went to
water.
Duffy's, yeah.
2 for 1.
Good times.
Shout out Duffy's.
Shout out that chick that claimed to be married to a mobster.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. If you could change, if you could, you said that. What would you consider your greatest achievement?
It's a good question. I don't know. I don't know if I've ever actually done like anything like worth bragging about outside of like maybe like some music stuff. I mean, maybe graduating college, consider like my family history. That might be pretty significant. I don't know, winning some big like sports events, conference championships, things like that. But I mean, to me, like it's kind of at this point my age, I don't really care about that stuff.
But did you care about it at the time?
Yeah, at the time for sure. But like, you look back on it, you look at the significance of like the world. It's like so small. So I don't know. It's a good question.
Do you not feel that's a good thing though? Like your horizons have broadened because I used to joke with Scott. There is nothing that annoys me more than college football players that put their star rating in their Twitter bio when they're at college.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Or they like, they post like how many offers they had or whatever. Like, yeah, I don't care, dude.
So you're basically, it was good then, but you've set your sights higher now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it's a bit of a moving target unless like somebody's like really just like in the like final destination, final stage of their life, and they're really, I don't know, reflecting.
Yeah.
Okay, so like slightly maybe an aside to that question, would you say that getting your current position now, did you feel like a sense of like achievement when you got it? Do you think, or was it kind of like, or similar? I assume knowing you, probably similar to like Hear Myself and JJ, we're kind of like, oh, okay, whatever. Like you just keep it rolling. It's like another tick in the box kind of thing. You don't even take the time to sit and think about it.
I would say there's probably like a moment of like sense of relief because it was kind of like my biggest job to date. But it like quickly went from, okay, like it's really cool, I got this, to like, oh shit, I now got to do all this stuff, and immediately went into like, Zach FAU work mode, fucking blinders on, trying to figure out what the hell I got to do next. And it's been kind of head underneath the rock since then, trying to figure out how to make us better. So I haven't really had time to like sit on it.
I use the exact same word. Like what people would look on externally as my biggest achievements at the time, I just felt relief because I was putting pressure on myself, even though it wasn't under my control. But it's like, it was relief that people would view me. Well, obviously nobody gives a fuck about you really, but people would view me as I hope they would. Because it's worse how bad you feel about yourself being perceived as a failure. Your scope to feel bad about yourself outweighs any joy that you would feel from the success. So it's almost like more the removal of that is more important than the celebration to me.
No, I completely agree. That's honestly probably even more better descriptive way of kind of what I was trying to say. Absolutely.
So if you were to die and come back as a person or a thing, what would it be?
Either a prohibition moonshiner, so I live in the woods.
Driving a hot rod?
Yeah. Or I don't know. I always kind of, for whatever reason, ever since high school, I always kind of like lean towards like Henry David Thoreau and some guys like Ralph Waldo and Emerson. I think it'd be kind of cool to kind of in another life or whatever, kind of go into that route. Go down the old Wayland rabbit hole of being the big grizzly philosopher. I think that'd be kind of
philosopher cool. King.
Yeah.
I feel like you've already answered this, but where would you most like to live? Or maybe there's still somewhere you want to live.
Obviously, I would like to go home at some point. I could also see myself settling in Louisiana if I ever get a chance, because that's like a second home to me. But at the same time, like you and me talked before, like I don't know if it's where I would most like to live long term, but I definitely at some point, if I ever get the chance, like to maybe work outside the country, work outside of like American football, things like that. And I didn't get to travel as much as a kid being a peckerhead, so I like that kind of that experience.
Or I'm going back to my hometown of fucking box. Uh, most treasured possession.
Let's see, most treasured possession. I would say top 3 are my granddaddy's knife, pocket knife. My lever action 30-30 Golden Boy was my first gun my dad gave me.
That's a weapon, correct?
Yeah, that is a rifle.
Okay.
That is the old school 1800s like Civil War rifle. The lever action, you gotta cock it.
Okay.
30-30 Golden Boy is basically just gold plated.
That thing has shot plenty of Union soldiers instead.
Or like the only really sports thing I still hang on is in 2014 was the best team I ever played on, when we won the conference championship on our home field, and like our fans rushed the field. They ripped out a goalpost. They carried it down the streets to the steel mill metal factories in West Virginia, and they had the steel cutters cut up the field goal post in a bunch of pieces. And I got it. Where's it at? I think I got it sitting right here. Where the hell is it at? Oh, yeah, I got it sitting right here. I ran out of the locker room with fucking ski goggles on from beer and cigars, and ran down to the metal cutters and got me a piece. That's probably like the only sports thing I still like really like hold on to near and dear.
What do you regard as the lowest depth of misery?
Good question. I would say either when I was in juvie as a kid, or as an athlete when I was in the middle of transferring schools, and basically like the dream school I ended up playing at wasn't the one I was ended up finishing at or stayed at, and it was kind of that brief moment between two. And basically as an athlete, you almost in kind of this like purgatory of like, holy shit, I thought it was like the greatest thing since sliced bread. You kind of, your world comes kind of crashing on you. And that was kind of a dark spot for me too, trying to, get a little bit of realism to my life.
Was it still the dream school when you left, or was it the fact that it didn't turn out to be your dream school that was one of the factors?
I think it was the first one. And I mean, outside without getting like too personal stuff, some other stuff that I've talked to y'all about in my life, but just like between those 2 points, it was probably like 2 points I kind of pick out were like defining moments of like me as a person.
So that was more like it was just more about a fresh start.
Yeah, absolutely.
Favorite occupation?
Actually not being a strength coach. If I was able to, I would go back home. I would either work on my family's land, or I would actually be a grease monkey.
Oh, yeah. What is your most marked characteristic?
People would probably say me being a sarcastic, dry asshole.
Like it. What do you most value in your friends?
Probably I would have to say loyalty's kind of cheesy, but I would say probably somewhere along the lines of like loyalty. I mean, pretty small circle of people. So,
favorite writers?
I mean, I probably mentioned them a little bit earlier, like Henry David Thoreau, Nassim Taleb, who recently, thanks to you, Ralph Waldo Emerson, Seneca, Marcus Aurelius. Those are probably some of my main ones.
You know what I find fascinating about Marcus Aurelius? Is that it was a private diary.
Meditation.
Never intended to be read. Yeah.
And that's why it's so hard to read.
Yeah.
That's why it's like I like feel dyslexic when I read like 2 pages, and I don't like stop and think about what he's saying.
Yeah. It's very interesting just because I think it's like one of those things where you have to, the more you read it and the more you read around it, the more you get it. But I remember watching someone give a lecture on meditations by Marcus Aurelius. And he said the context that you have to read it in is if you were the Roman emperor at that time, you were a human god. You were the most powerful person on earth. Anyone you chose could live or die. You could fuck whoever you want. You could invade wherever you want, all that. And he still had that character. It's pretty interesting. That's why, yeah, I think it's a pretty powerful book. And obviously, like Taleb, tying it in, one of the things I've seen him say before is if you want to write a book that could be read in 100 years, you have to write a book that could have been read 100 years ago. Because the longer it's been around, the longer it's going to be around. And you look at how long that book's been around, almost 2,000 years. Probably it's going to be around in 2,000 years too, when you think about it like that. Assuming the Chinese haven't censored it. What is your hero of fiction?
What is my hero of fiction?
Yeah, character from fiction.
I don't know if it's really a hero, but I've always had like a real soft, like really soft hard on for Laura Croft in the Tomb Raider.
That is a game. I think Proust intended for this.
The movie, not the game,
Huh?
The movie.
Which historical figure do you most identify with? And you can't say Lara Croft's butler.
Shit. Damn, you got me on that one.
Yeah.
I don't know. TK, tag in. I don't know. Pick one for me. Pick a doppelganger.
What was the question again? Most historical
figure you most identify with?
Ooh. I could see Zach as I'm going like a Teddy Roosevelt. Because like likes the woods, like
he's an outdoorsman.
But also
man.
I'm not very much of like isolationist is a bit of an aggressive word. I don't think necessarily isolation is more of just like, hey, like I like me and the people I care about are going to do what we like to do. What other people do outside of that, as long as it doesn't affect us, I don't really give a shit. So Teddy Roosevelt.
Isolationist. He's a prep.
Yeah.
I got hoarding tendencies, but yeah.
Who are your heroes in real life?
My heroes in real life. Definitely said my dad for certain. Definitely my grandmother. Those two for sure. I'm kind of corny, but my heroes in life outside of that. Shit. As a kid growing up, like athletically, it was Kenyon Martin and Zach Thomas as athletes. No, like the most random pair, but it works. As a person, or just in general, I haven't really thought about this one, but off the top of my head, I don't know why. Like Matthew McConaughey, for whatever reason, like his like change of life has been like really impressive over like the last year or two. I haven't really read his book, but I've heard good things. But I've read his new one, but listen to some of his podcasts and things like how he's kind of changed from like this like hot boy kind of fucking womanizer, like kind of whatever, to where he's kind of like this one of the open.
He's gonna run for governor.
I don't know if it's heroic, but I appreciate like his like late stage of change in life. I appreciate it because I think that's I don't know if like a singular hero is like the right way to look at it, but like I think anybody that shows like a like tremendous amount of growth in their life, I really kind of look up to.
Interesting. Favorite names?
Oh shit. Anything with a Taylor on the end of it. Mary Beth. Anything with a Lynn at the end of it.
Just basically like the hick names.
Yeah, like potential like third world strippers. Yeah.
Truck stop strippers. Have you seen? There's a documentary on Vice from the early days of Vice on YouTube about truck stop strippers.
Oh my god!
It's spicy, bro. You gotta check it out.
Oh my god!
What is it you most dislike?
Uncertainty.
Interestingly enough, it's a terrible source to cite, but I do remember watching Tony Robbins speak once, and he said, the difficult thing about being a human is that humans crave both certainty and uncertainty. So it's like you need a degree of uncertainty and like spontaneity in your life to get out of bed. Because, for example, when you're a prisoner, you have absolute certainty about what your routine is going to be for like the next 20 years. Or even if it's like you do the same job every day for decades on end, you have certainty about that, and that actually depresses people. So I think it's pretty interesting. You know, like when you say uncertainty, my guess is like you've had a lot of uncertainty in your life, but then people that may come from boring backgrounds may actually seek uncertainty. So it's like a sliding scale and a personal thing.
Yeah, I can't sit here and say like I'm like full gray beard where like my routine is like to the minute in terms of like certainty, and I know what's going on, but I definitely enjoy structure after never really having it.
Interesting. Biggest regret?
Not. I enjoy what I do, but professionally and educationally, I regret not finishing my pre-med, going to med school.
Why is that?
Not necessarily for myself. It's not something I really wanted to do, so it's why I'm happy what I do now. But just thinks of like my family background and things like that, and trying to potentially like create like long-term wealth in my family, things like that, kind of going off of everybody else kind of being a screw up. I think that would be something I would be willing to do for my family down the line. So the opportunity to do something like that. My greatest regret, without getting too emotional, probably not having a relationship with my mother. Greatest regret.
The thing is though, like, I'll stop you there again. That's not your regret.
All right, easy killer.
I'm saying stop beating yourself up, bro. We can edit that.
No. I get this. I get that. But I'm trying to think what else. Professionally, actually probably that.
All right. How would you like to die?
Fuck. In the woods. No, I don't know how, but in the woods.
You know, I know a guy named the Boy Anthony that could probably facilitate that.
Yeah, well, I got him on speed dial. I'll call him. I'll organize it.
What is your motto?
Oh, shit. Professionally, if it's not happening in you, it won't happen through you. Cheesy, but I think that goes with having virtue. And in my life, that's something I didn't have a lot of or understood growing up. But for me, it's just trying to have a virtuous life.
All right. Appreciate that, brother. That was heavier than I expected. That's pretty good. Team Builder. So Team Builder, which is without question the best online platform for programming and distribution of training to athletes in a group setting, will be the prize for this month's promo on Strength Coach Network. It's a year of gold membership, which is something like 100 athletes you can train, a ton of features. So anyone that is using the code HOTBOY, as in Hot Boy Summer, all caps, one word, will get $50 off the yearly membership and will enter into a prize draw for a year of Team Builder. Or, there were some requests, I will personally ship you that fucking Echo bike that I did 2,092 miles on because I want it out of my house.
Also, he doesn't know I'm giving this, but I'm starting a sale for Pratik Patel. If you DM him on Instagram or IG, Summer, he will give you 50% off his nutrition rates for the next 3 months. The Torch, Pratiki Torch. How's that going for you? Is that a beer you drink? I mean, I'm having I want to hit a bitch with a brick beer tonight, so it's going well, but tonight's a night off. Oh, yeah. All right. Let's wind it up.